All right, it says we're live, are we?
I'm not ready. I don't have my glasses. I can't read a thing.
They're right there.
Oh, good.
Well,
They're just readers. They're not real.
trying to see if it's gonna bring us up here and not on my phone so I can pay attention, make sure we don't have any lag. There we are. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, let's see who all's in
Who's
here
here?
tonight. My cheaters on too.
Yes.
Okay, I was making sure Fluffy's sitting down back there.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't see the
carrying
fogged out.
on.
All right.
Yeah.
StreamYard's in the house. They're the first ones on there.
Oh, what's StreamYard?
StreamYard's what we're using.
What we're using. I thought that's not a person.
And there's Paul Davis. Good to see you in here, Paul. You were in here early. And there's Cato from Norwegian Homestead.
Hi,
Good
Cato.
to see you, Cato. It's
Yes.
pretty late your time. Thank you very much for being
Oh,
here.
I can't believe you're awake.
Right.
Mm.
Let's see, and there's Robert Bartman and Barbara. Good
Hi,
to see you both
guys.
in here. Your trip's coming up real soon. Yeah, counting down the days.
Oh boy.
And here's Brooke Trout. Good to see you in here,
Hi,
Brooke
Brooke.
Trout. And my mouse ain't wanting to work.
Oh, poor mouse.
There we go. Anybody's talking back and forth.
That's so nice.
There's Ashley. Good to see you in here, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Robert Bartman's saying that he goes to the Eagle River Brook. Oh, he's talking to Eagle River Brook Trout.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
The snow machine capital of the world, right?
All right.
Everybody's greeting one another. Brook Trout says, my buddy goes to the snow machine races every year.
Oh boy.
Very nice. Brook Trout says, a few years ago, he was driving back to Illinois and hit black ice and
Oh,
wrecked
no.
all his sleds, including a restored 1970 something totaled. Oh, that's not good. I've been seeing a lot of older machines up here for sale that I'd love to get my hands on. They got it. I've seen 2 Alpines for sale up here. If you're not familiar with the Alpine, they had 1 ski and 2 tracks
Oh.
instead of the
You
other way
told me
around.
about that.
Yeah. They had a running one up here. I think it was like $1,500 the other day. One of these days, I better run and grab stuff like that when I see it, because those are good old machines for logging, because not much slows them down, and they're so wide, it's crazy. Yeah, Robert says we had a repeat winner of the championship race. Feet not easy to do, right?
No.
That's not.
Yeah.
There's Kim from AK Doug Mom,
Oh.
and there's the other half, Matt's 1791 Garage. Good to see you both in here
Nice.
tonight.
Yes.
And there's there Mr. Billy Sutton. Good to see you, Billy.
Great.
And Ira's in here. Ira, how are you doing tonight? And how is Mom?
Oh yes.
Says hello, Rob and Sarah, and all our friends from Lorraine and Ira.
Nice.
Good to see you in here.
Lorraine, pretty name your mom has.
Everybody's greeting one another. And yes, Brook Trout, he does do some cool stuff. I've watched a few of his videos and pretty interesting. I like it. And there's Matt. Howdy from the car.
Yes.
You're not up here yet, are you, Matt? I think you come in on Wednesday, don't you? Or is it today? I can't
I
remember
don't know
what day you said.
it is. Oh, it's
Monday the 29th.
Yeah, Monday.
And there's Clint. Good to see you, Clint. Hopefully everything is going well down in East Texas today. Paul says, I can't see well without specs too.
Yeah.
I haven't had to wear, I wore glasses for about 20 years. And then my ex healed them. She was a doctor oriented medicine. She healed my eyes, and I haven't worn glasses, but I'm starting to notice a deterioration and for reading. Bite your tongue.
Nothing to compare to what I am.
And there's Tiffany from Canadian Family Life. Good to see you,
Hi.
Tiffany. And Miss Alone is in the house. Good to
Again,
see you,
Alone.
Alone. And Ira says, good to unwind in this room after an eventful day with doctor appointments and unfortunate fender. Fender bender. Oh, I hope you guys are okay.
Yeah, I hope it's just the fender and nothing that will slow you down much.
There's Amy from High Life on the High Line. Extra credit. I was here early.
Yes. Absolutely.
Good to see Amy. And there's Ward. Ward is friends with Sean in Alaska. Good to see you in here, Ward.
Nice.
P&J's in here as well. Good to see you both. I believe it's Paula and Jason, if
Oh,
I'm remembering right.
you're good.
I'm not always the best with names.
I'm awful.
And Tiffany's greeting folks in this Urban Bucket homestead. Good to see Urban
Nice.
Bucket. Ashley is dropping some links.
Thank you, Ashley.
I'm listening with my generator too because I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
I'm so on fuel. So if I hear a spittering, a sputtering, you might see me run to go shut it down. Otherwise, it's going to kick Starlink.
Oh, that
But
would be bad.
we have a weapon for that if it does.
Well,
And there's my brother, John Hogan.
John
Good to see you in here, John.
Hey,
Tell
John.
Angie. I'm sure she's watching. Tell her I said
Yep.
hi.
Absolutely. Can't wait to meet her.
All right. And there's John in Alaska.
Hi, John.
Good to see you. Says hi, Rob and Sarah. Just came in from splitting firewood. My
Ooh.
snow station shows 36 inches.
Holy smokes.
We got 8 degrees.
Wow.
We're right around a little over 9 degrees right now.
Yeah. And we had like 3 inches.
Yeah, we only had 3
Not
inches of
even.
snow. Not even. I'd say about 2.5. And there's Troy Sutton. Good to see you, Troy.
Hi, Troy.
Everybody's greeting one another.
Nice.
And then there's 63 Clocks. Good to see you.
That's a great name.
And I'm just skipping over everybody talking back and forth. That way we don't get too far behind. I can already tell I'm already behind, but it's all right.
Oh, well.
And Billy says to Paula, this is hi, Paula and Jason. I was right. Okay, good to see you.
And Jason.
Jack is off tonight, so you don't have to worry about going to get your son at work.
Oh, good. That's a
That's
relief.
good, Billy.
Mhm.
I'm sure he's probably getting tired of us on Monday nights. Forget to run and get him.
Oh.
And Matt says, I get there on Wednesday. I'm just driving home
All
from
right.
running errands. All right.
Yep.
Are you staying down in Anchorage, or are you staying out towards Willow? I can't remember. I think somebody said you might be staying with Tony.
And we'll see you here on Thursday.
Yep.
I can't wait.
As those who don't know, we're going to have Matt up
Company.
here and Adam and Phyllis from Alaska Cut the Cord on Thursday. So there
Woohoo.
may be a impromptu live. If you make it, you make it. If not, we fully understand. You
Yes,
can watch it on the
absolutely.
backside.
Yep.
And let me know if you guys get commercials. I think I turned off the commercials.
It worked last week.
Yeah, it did, but I don't remember if I turned them off yet or not.
Oh.
So if it gets commercials, let me know.
And then he'll turn it off.
Ira says just a few bad dents.
Oh, good.
Well, that's better than somebody
Better
getting
than
hurt.
a big crash and injuries.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh.
And there's PTL Fabrication. Good to see you in here. And some new faces
Pennsylvania.
tonight. Yep, from Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Everybody's greeting one another. There's Mrs. Braun. Good to see you,
Nice.
Braun. Our part of our Aussie connection is here.
So fun.
And Brooke Trout says, hello, Rob and Sarah. It's a chilly 53 in Venice. That is chilly for
That
Venice.
is chilly for, yeah.
I think you guys had a little bit lower temperatures recently too, didn't you, there, Brooke Trout? And Ward,
It's El Nino that's doing all this funny stuff.
yeah. Ward, you're down in the Kenai by Sean, aren't you? He says he got 4 inches last night.
Yeah.
I know Adam and Phyllis got slammed pretty hard.
Oh,
They
yeah,
got
what'd
like
they get?
14 inches
Yeah.
yesterday.
Outrageous.
And it just started snowing again here about half an hour ago. It's not horrible, but it's a real fine snow.
He got the roof to the back.
I got
Part of
the
the
cabin
cabin
shoveled off a
shoveled
little bit
off.
more.
Yeah.
I've still got to do the trapper cabin.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah, that one there, it's the angle it's at doesn't get windswept,
It
I
doesn't.
guess.
It doesn't.
Robert Barman says we've got them Alpine sleds on display at our snowmobile museum in ER, Rob. Yeah, they're nice. I wouldn't mind finding one. I'd like to find one up here with no engine in it and put a small Chinese diesel engine in it. Just for that added extra torque. I don't need speed. You'll see when you get up here why I don't need speed, Robert.
See. Yeah.
Those that don't
no
know,
speed.
the Bartmans are going to come up next month and they're going to hang out with us for a day.
Yay.
And Brooke Trout says smoking a farm fresh chicken on the smoker. Very
Ooh,
nice.
nice.
And Matt says you got a Airbnb in Willow. Which one? We know a few of the
A few in Willow.
places down in Willow.
Yep, the dog place. It's
Yep, the
really
Alaskan Dog
nice.
Center. It's really good people.
Really
I've become
nice. Good people.
pretty good friends with the owner, Kale, who
Beautiful
also
structure.
he's very big, because he owns the Airbnb in the Alaska Dog Center.
Mhm.
He's extremely big into mushing,
Mhm.
and he was actually up in Bethel covering the race up there the other day. He travels around a lot. He's got more energy than I do.
Well, he's young.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's that. I think he's my age. Might be a little older.
Probably.
Rick Trut says, "Hi, Brun. Love your stuff." Yes, we all love Brun's
Yes,
stuff.
we love Brun's stuff.
Brun says she loves her hobbies, and
Yes.
Tiffany's going for a phone call.
Oh, happens to the best of us.
Yep.
Hope it's a fun one.
Hey, Ruby from Rushing Wind Mountain. Good to see you. I hope you're doing good. How's the weather down your way? And Ward says, "Yep." He's down by Sean.
Yeah.
Hey there, Robert. How's things your way? I'll be talking to the Bartmans. But Trust says tomorrow morning's gonna be 46. Ooh-wee.
Ooh.
And Hogan says it'll be dropping to the mid to low 40s.
Ooh, that's in Florida.
Sorry, John. You can always come up here.
Yeah,
It's 9.3.
Wow.
And Brook says I watch all the winter and snow stuff from afar.
Yes, indeed. And we watch surfing
Yep.
and looking for stuff on the beach.
Yep. And Alone says hi to Robert Bartman and John Alaska and everyone else, whether you're just watching or in the chat. Exactly. Well, Brun says, John, I hope you're keeping warm. We hope he's keeping warm,
We hope
too.
he is. I imagine he's quite skillful at that kind of
Yep. And Ashley says, don't forget
experience
to give him a thumbs up. Thank you, Ashley, for the reminder.
Ashley.
And Clint says, it's not El Nino, it's El Nina.
Yeah.
It's because y'all want to buy an electric car and stop eating meat. No.
No. No.
No electric car here, and I will not give up my meat.
No. And it's not the meat that's unhealthy. It's just straight fat that's unhealthy. And up here, you need more fat than you do in like the South.
Yep. That chub keeps you warm.
And that's what I say.
Ward says, used to snow machine up there and love to fish in Trapper Creek.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
we haven't done a whole lot of fishing.
No.
I've done most of my fishing down at Sunshine Creek, and that's really about it.
Well, I don't get off this property, so I don't do any fishing.
She does. She went fishing this summer. We didn't catch anything.
I didn't catch it.
She does, she doesn't understand it's called fishing, not catching.
Yeah, right. It is. That's true. I caught a fish once.
Yep. And Brun says, hi, Rob and Sarah. Before I forget to say, you're both looking great. Well, thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Brun. That's sweet.
And there's Tony from our cabin in the woods. Good to see you in here, Tony.
Good.
Everybody's greeting one another. And PJ's reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up as well. Thank you, PJ. And Matt says it wasn't the dog kind of one. It was a different one. Don't know the name of it off the top of my head. No worries.
No, it's fine.
There's a number of good ones down
nice
that area.
In the area.
And John says to Brun, I'm keeping warm.
Good for you, John.
Ward, we're trying to remember where Clear Creek is. I think that's further inland away from the Susitna than we are. I don't know if it's north or south. I mean, we're about 13 miles north of Talkeetna on the railroad tracks. So we're technically in Chase, but outside of Chase, most of the people that are in Chase are down about 5-6 miles south of us.
It's more of a community, and we're like not.
Yeah, and they have trails, and we don't.
They have trails, and we don't.
Our only way in and out is
what he maintains.
Yeah, only way in and out up here is either the river, helicopter, plane, or train. And I don't know, a plane or a helicopter, or I do have a boat, but I got I got the cataract, but I don't know how good it is. I don't think I mean, I might float it if I can get it to hold air. I might float down to Talkeetna.
Yep. Then how are you going to get back?
You take it apart, load it in a train.
Yep.
Or I buy a bigger motor. I got a 25 horse Merc in the back, but I haven't used it yet. Matt says can't reach Chad or look at it up because driving and traffic
Oh,
is a
no,
nightmare.
don't be looking
Nope.
things up in traffic. You just be careful. Be careful, Matt.
Yeah. Brun says, Rob, you did a great job on the siding project, and unfortunately, it's still not done. We wound up with trying to take care of more of the inside stuff and getting the house underpinned and the water tanks in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have
airtight.
Yeah, well, almost.
Almost.
I have pretty much all the siding I need to finish the house. The eastern side where the back door is not going to get done for a couple of years. And there's a reason why we're actually going to be doing an Arctic entry there. Yeah. And I don't want to put siding up and then have to pull the siding off. Right. Because it'll be something else. Yeah, I haven't decided how big it's going to be. My goal is to actually get all the trees into, or not the trees, freezers onto the
freezers
into the Arctic room, so we don't have to go out that far in the wintertime.
He's making things so easy. It's almost like living in town.
Well, we're living in a nice house, so why not make it more convenient?
It is a house. It's a real honest to goodness house.
Yeah.
Which I never imagined when we got up here.
And John says, I agree to Brook Trout. Everybody's telling Matt to drive safe.
Yes, do.
And Brun says, what's everybody been cooking? Well, I did bread yesterday. I have a sourdough starter going right now. It's probably got about another 2-3 days on that before it's ready to go. We'll see. The first one I tried that was sent up by a friend was a dud. And then I started a second one from scratch, and it's actually doing all right.
I put milk on Cheerios this morning.
And she had chicken soup for lunch.
I didn't make it. He warmed it up, and it was out of a bag.
We do a lot of the Bear Creek soups up here.
They're very good. They're very easy. They're very economical. They're about 3 days, and you can add odd stuff to them for variety.
Yep. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold.
Not 9 days.
No, I don't want 9-day-old soup. And Ruby says, lots of slush and 2 days of nonstop rain, mid-40s, unbelievable.
Ew.
That's some crazy weather, especially for your ad.
Yeah.
You're west of the mountains, or east of the mountains, if I remember right, aren't you, Ruby? Or are you right on the edge? Everybody's talking. Oh, Cato is here.
Yay, Cato.
That man is up late. He is in
Can't
Norway.
believe it. Yeah.
I appreciate you being here, brother. And Robert Bartman says, things are too warm here in Eagle River. All the snow is nearly gone. Wow. It's been a really strange winter.
Very strange.
Really strange winter.
Don't whine. Don't be a whiny
I'm about
baby.
to get mugged. He's got his foot on my side. Can I help
Are you whining?
Come here. If you're gonna make yourself known by
At least be cute.
You gotta come up and say hi to everybody.
There's the baby.
Oh, didn't want to see you burp.
Oh,
Rude.
he is a rude dog. And whining.
Yep. He's being silly.
Yep.
And so if you guys are, he's ran to the front back door if you want to put him out.
Really?
If you guys remember from last week's live, he started barking out on a porch. Well, we found out what that was, and some of you guys saw the short live that I did the other day. There was a wolf within 100 yards of the house, and Zeus must have smelled him or heard him, and that's what he was barking at. And a couple of days later, I was out back checking my traps, and I seen him and tried to chase him up the hill. He was just too fast. The snow was powdery, and I didn't want to go too far. I got about halfway up the hill. If I had gone any further, I might have got stuck, and it's a little bit of a walk to get back to the house, and I didn't want to have to deal with that.
But it's all downhill.
Yeah, it's all downhill until you get to the flatlands.
Oh,
And then it's about a quarter of a mile of waist deep snow. But it's not really deep. It's about, well, we're still under 3 foot here. It comes, it goes, and it just keeps compacting. It's usually me trying to get snow off the roof. I just down the hill or down the roof.
Yep.
And there's our friend Scott with Rambling with the Brooms. Good to see you, Scott. And Scott's dropping links, and I'm just skipping over there, all the folks chatting back and forth. get ahead. And there's EG wife. I hope you're doing good. Hopefully you
Nice,
guys are
yes.
staying warm. What's your temperature
Oh,
up there right
gosh.
now? And you
We've
probably
been
already
hearing
posted it.
We've been hearing coldness for
Yep.
you guys.
Scott saying howdy. And PTL Fabrication says to Matt's Garage, we are in Western Pennsylvania around Seven Springs Ski Resort. Ooh, nice. I haven't been there in years.
I lived in State College for quite a while. That's South Central.
Mm-hmm. And John says it took him 2.5 hours to clear snow this morning. Sorry, John.
Took me no time at all with a wide shovel. All I did was
See outside?
Yes.
Something.
No, I didn't hear it. All I did was to the chicken house and the woodshed and the little bitty place from the trail, the snow machine trail to the door of the cabin.
Yep.
That's the cabin, not the house cabin.
And Brent says hi to our cabin in the woods. Your log
Yes.
home is looking fantastic and great build. I love it.
Nice.
Yep, it is nice.
Good.
And Scott's dropping links. Robert Bartman's greeting some folks. Alone's talking to a few folks. What you say here? Says John Alaska, it took me $100 to clear the snow this morning.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Wow, that's what they charge for.
Wow.
Man,
Well, we don't have to clear that much. I just
ride the snow
rides
machine over
the
and just
snow
pack it
machine
down, then I
over and-
groom it. And I
yeah.
remember when I was a kid, I'd clear an average driveway. It was like $5-10, and that was all hand shoveled.
I have a good plastic shovel.
Yep.
And I do it when it's just fluff.
Let's see here.
And I don't go down to like dirt.
And Brun says it'll get done, Rob. Still a great job each step of the way. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like I said, if you guys haven't seen the video, when or if you have, I used the chainsaw to cut out the hole in the window. You should have seen her face when I brought the chainsaw around and started firing up. She's like, "What are you doing?" Cutting the window out.
You're getting a hole in the wall of my house.
It's a bush house. We're doing it the bush way.
Oh boy.
Ira says, I admire your intriguing life with no direct road access and using the train to get around. Yeah, we love it.
It's predictable. It's sometimes it's a little late. Sometimes it's never early.
Yeah, no, it's been on. Well, it's been
on time a few times. Which
there was one time. I think it was in October, because October's the last time. The last time I went out.
You just got there.
Yeah, I just got down there and it got there like 5 minutes early.
Right.
And JR, wow, you started without me. I'm hurt.
Oh.
That's what you get for napping.
That's my job.
Matt's Garage. I'm just going to cut out the 1791. I'm just going to say Matt's Garage. I hope you don't mind. It says Arctic entry is the way to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Really.
He's at the door now.
I hear him. I got him.
Everybody's greeting JR. And Brun says, I wonder if Cato has chestnuts in Norway. I don't know. Cato, do you have chestnuts over there? Robert Bartman says, do you mill the siding yourself? What kind is it? It looks great. It's actually store-bought, and it is cedar. We've got to get more stain, though. That's part of the reason that's been holding me back. I'm trying to find somebody that has the Canyon Brown. What's that?
Are you snowy?
Let me see. Yeah, he's a little damp.
Yeah.
She's going to towel off Zeus because he's covered in snow from being out there. Just that fine snow, so it's all over him. And Rob Bartman said, oh, I already read that one.
There
Sorry.
you go.
Cato says, I do not have any, but they are here. That's good. And Urban Bucket Home says to Matt, you're right there driving anywhere down towards Salt Lake, and AF is a nightmare. Yeah. Yeah, the traffic down in Salt Lake was always horrible. And EG Wife says, are you going to go live with ATC and Matt? Yeah, we're going to try to go live when they come up here just for a short time because we're going to be hanging around just BS. And so we might go live for maybe about 20 minutes.
And
Nope, we're
Okay.
back. Okay.
Good.
They should get here around 12:30, 1 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. And then they'll leave around 6:30, 6:30. So
6:30. I thought it went out at 4:30.
no, honey, that's a summer train. Oh no, wait, you're
No,
right.
no,
You are right.
Yeah,
You are right. It is 4:30.
Yeah, because
I'm
in summer,
looking at the wrong one. I'm looking at this. We got
so
a
it's
clock
only
with
like
times on it.
3-4 hours.
Yeah, so we'll just come up, hang around, show Matt around. Now, Adam and Phyllis have been here multiple
Yes.
times, so they know the prop. But we're going to show Matt around a little bit.
But there's always something new. He's working all the time.
Yeah, things have changed even since last time Adam and
Adam and
Phyllis
Phyllis
were
were
here.
here.
And Ruby says she's east of the mountains, 3,320 feet up. Nice. Alone is greeting folks. So it's JR. Amy says tamale soup, honey top cornbread. Ooh, that sounds yummy.
My grandma used to call it Johnny cake.
Yep. Brun says, hi, Zeus, you gorgeous Aussie boy.
He is. He's a sweetie.
Everybody saw Zeus. And Brun says, Ira, your cooking sounds delicious and comforting, right?
Mhm.
John says, I'm sick and tired of being sick. And they cut out my pool cage. I think it shook my teeth filling.
Oh no.
That's not good, John.
Oh,
That's not good, brother.
yeah, bad stuff.
Have they started installing it yet, John?
And that's all from the hurricane. What, 2?
2 years ago.
Years
That was
ago?
from Ian. And Matt's Garage
that
says,
tall.
I'd say they're settling into winter here in PA, but I have no idea when it's going to officially start or even stick around,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody's greeting one another. Everybody's saying to Ira and Highlight, you're making them hungry.
Yeah.
Yep. Our dinner's in the refrigerator waiting to go.
It just gets kind of warmed
Yeah,
up.
it's
right?
just
Yeah.
we try to
Leftovers.
make a good sized
Leftovers.
meal on Sunday nights so we have leftovers because
Mhm.
once we're done here, of course, you all know that we'll go over to Adam and
Adam
Phyllis
Sure.
and can't really cook well and do that, so I'll throw things on and warm a little bit and
Yeah.
then we'll munch as we go.
And if I'm not fed, it's not a pretty picture.
Yeah, no. You should have seen us on a drive out here from Florida
Oh
to
yeah.
Seattle.
Feed me now.
She started grumbling. I'm like, I could find a gas station or a McDonald's or something. We don't do fast
Anything. We
food.
don't do fast food, but it was important.
Yeah.
His life was in danger. Poor darling.
Keep telling you.
Mm.
And Brun says, Billy, I was just thinking I'm hungry, but if I eat now, I'll spill it onto my shirt
Sure.
and have to lick my clothes.
Ew.
Yeah. Brun.
Oh, that's cute.
And there's Sandal. Good to see you, Sandal. It says 70 here on the high area of East Texas 2 weeks ago. We were in the single digits. Ooh, that's a big swing.
East Texas. I lived in Beaumont for a little while. That's pretty darn east.
Yeah.
And I lived in El Paso the other time I lived in Texas. So both wings.
Is that better, guys? I'm just looking from here up. EG Wife says it's really warm. 3 above. Wow, you guys are 3 above.
3
I even opened the
Weird.
window to clear the ice that was accumulated and not even a min in the snow on the roof.
Wow.
Started melting. Had to hurry and get rid of the ice and close it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Wow.
crazy.
Wow.
I'm telling you, this winter is just nuts.
Really strange.
You know, normally we're the ones getting clobbered by snow, and this year it's everybody down in the Willow area and Miss Alone.
Right. I was thinking February, our first year here. I mean, February covered the.
Well, yeah, we had every day,
I mean,
every day of the month of February, except for the first and the last day,
right.
we had snow.
No,
Anywhere from 6 to 12 inches a day.
it was a lot of snow.
It was a heavy winter.
And being our first winter, I thought that was, I don't know.
Yep.
It's not.
No.
It was quite drastic.
And don't forget, guys, if you have any questions, give us a thumbs up. See if it works. And there it is.
There it is.
And I'll get you a question. So everybody's talking to one another. And Rob Barmer says, hey, our cabin in the woods. Go on the chat. Yep.
Yes.
Tony is a great guy. He shows up all the time.
Good.
Amy says to Alone, how much did you get? And Alone says that $100 was to clear around foot long driveway
Oh,
and
God.
parking pad,
Yeah.
plus shoveling to front of the cabin. Yeah.
Wow.
You got a long driveway, lady.
You do.
That's a long
It's a
driveway.
long driveway.
And Brunt says 100 doesn't sound too bad for that alone.
For that
No,
alone.
it does not.
No. If I was doing the shoveling, it would take me all day. Maybe 2.
Yep. Let me see here. Everybody's talking about the price for alone snow plowing, and that's
Mhm.
really not that bad.
Considering what she has to
Yeah.
plow and shovel. Yeah. The big property and a long driveway.
Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
Even Matt says money well spent.
Yes, it too. The option to get out,
Yes.
pretty big.
And Clint says, question: has anyone heard from the Gnomestead? Hope he's doing well. I've done stuff I never hear back from him, so I'm not sure. I'll have to drop him a text or something.
Did we hear something through the grapevine or something?
Last time I heard anything from him was when he had his chimney fire,
Yeah, that was.
and I left him comment on his YouTube, and haven't really heard much since.
It's worries.
Yeah. And Alone says, curmudgeon. I agree. The siding looks fantastic. Yep. I just got to find more of that canyon brown stain.
Mm-hmm. And of course, it won't be the same because it's years.
It's a couple of years
different.
old.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll put it on there, give it about a year or so, then I'll go over and do the whole
Do the
thing
whole
again. So
shebang.
it kind of
Yeah.
matches up a little bit.
It's constant. That will be called maintenance.
And Matt's Garage says, Robin, sir, Matt's Garage is perfectly fine. Less of a tongue twister. Yes, it is. Ashley's dropping links. I appreciate that, Ashley.
Thanks, Ashley.
And JR says to Alone, will you send an email after the ATC Live? I will send you. Never mind.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Rob Barman says, Cedar is the way to go, Rob. Almost last a long time. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And there's Miss Peggy Lynn Designs. Good to see you in here, Peggy. And why is it not working? There it is.
Yeah.
Good
If it's
evening,
not
Rob.
logs, cedar's the way to go.
Yep. Peggy says, good evening, Rob and Sarah, as well as everyone in chat.
Yes.
And Alone says, to Clint, Nomi said he has a new video coming soon.
Oh,
I think it
good.
was supposed to release yesterday. I'm behind on watching videos currently. I haven't got a
good. Yeah, we
notification,
haven't
so
gotten. But thanks for that info.
yes, thank you, Alone.
Alone. Oh. It's worrisome
Is the feed still frozen?
when we don't hear.
And there's Follow Alaska. Good to see you guys in
Mhm.
here. Better late than never. Just got in
Yes.
from snow blowing. There you go.
Oh boy.
And I'm a little bit behind, guys, and I am sorry. Again, if you have questions, make sure you give us a couple thumbs up, and we'll make sure we get to your questions.
Me.
Ashley says, Clint, he posted something on a stove and overhaul, I believe, in the community page.
Oh,
I'll have to make sure I go
okay.
look.
Yeah. Go look.
Everybody's chatting back and forth.
Nice.
And Matt's Garage says, hey there, Follow Alaska. I read too quickly, thought you said snow bowling.
Like a great big snowball and
Right.
roll it.
Roll it down the hill, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh boy.
Robert Bartman says, hey, Follow Alaska, love the videos. Yes, they put out some very good videos.
Yes.
Move the camera lower a bit. I think I did.
Yeah,
This is a little while ago,
Yeah.
so it's from
Yeah.
it's from
Yeah, he did.
4:27. It's been about 10
Mhm.
minutes, so yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just skipping over all the chit chat between you guys. And paces, maybe lower the camera a little bit.
Yeah, we were sitting like this.
John says, nope, next week. So they say for the installation has to be fabricated on site. Yeah, you got an odd shaped pool area, John.
It is
that's
odd.
why.
It is odd. And it's arched.
And JR's joke time says, when two vegans get in an argument, is it still called a beef?
That's cute. I think
don't know.
it's called a spinach.
It's spinach. And Brun says, John, you'll need a vacation and relax after it's all done, right?
Yes.
Well, hopefully
Oh my gosh.
hopefully John will be up here again this summer, and hopefully he'll bring Angie with him.
Oh, that'll be a blast.
Get her away from work for a change. But I know how she is. She'll be up
Well,
here playing with her computer doing
She
work.
will indeed.
That's how
But,
dedicated
yeah.
she is.
Mhm. It's important work.
Yep. And Ira says, wish we could share the home cooking with y'all, baking the focaccia bread now, and house smells amazing. I bet it does. Definitely can't see what I'm doing here.
Oh, there you are.
That's much better. And let's see, and PJ says to follow Alaska, doing good here. Lynn and Daryl, I bet you're happy to.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Actually, I do. Can you keep them occupied for a few minutes?
Me?
Yes, you.
I have to be chatty and cordial?
You'll be fine. I'll be back in a minute. You guys chat with Sarah.
Oh, dear.
I'm gonna scroll it down to the bottom so she can see whatever you guys are chatting about.
Oh, my God.
If you have questions, again, ask again.
Yeah,
Here's the mouse. I'll be back in a minute. I got to go knock the ice off the Starlink.
I hope you folks have some idea of how long it's been since I've had a mouse. Highlight in the life. JR, no, just Rotten Tomatoes. Matt's garage. I don't know. Why does he do this to me? He knows I'm incompetent with the computer and I can't even run the mouse. Clint Kiltress. High life on the High Line. Thumbs up. Thank you. Alone. Thanks, Alone. Anxious to get it all done. Yeah, I bet you are. Well, it'll never be all done alone, because every time you turn around, there's something new. It's just always new. Peggy Lynn Designs, John in Alaska High, run-free answer for Clint. If you leave a pair of socks on for 7 days, is that like, ooh, doesn't sound good even to me. Good evening, John in Alaska. Run-free says Clint, or Clint says, you got this, Matt says. You're confident and encouraging. P&J's Homestead Adventure. You're doing great. Sweet. You guys are so good to me. Lone in Remote Alaska. Tell us what you're working on now. Oh, I'm not working on anything, but I'm getting ready to go to town. And if you weren't here at the beginning of this live, I have not been to town alone at all, not by myself at all since we moved up here. And Rob has not been in the cabin alone. So I'm going to go to town and do a little bit of shopping. I'm going to buy some lamps. They're pretty weird. They're tripods with some strange industrial looking things. And it's going to be interesting. I'm not driving. Our friend Mary is going to drive me around. The truck is plugged into electric and buried under a snowbank, so
She don't want to have to deal with it.
I won't have to deal with that. And I'll stay with Mary and her mom, which will be lovely. They're very kind and generous. And it's an ice festival. Ice festival on the weekend.
Alone ask. Tell us what you're working on now, Sarah.
Oh, well, I'm working on going to town. And I'm not really doing, but I will. When I get back, I'll do something. My studio is not really set up yet. It's in a big pile in the bedroom, and it's set out by medium, but I can't really get to anything. So I do encaustics. I'm going to do books. I'm thinking about them. And that includes making the paper, doing some drawings, writing some words, haiku or poetry. I'll tell you my oh yeah, that kind of stuff. That's a hanging book. That's what I did for Rob our first Christmas. That's watercolor.
Yeah, this was my birthday.
Was it your birthday?
Yeah, but you made it when you made it
I
when
made it while
in
you
town.
were in town. And it's haiku, and there's chickadees, which are still hanging out outside, and more poems. There's
The
is
birch
that
trees.
the birch trees and
Fireweed.
the fireweed. Yep. I think that's our
That was a
trail.
winter scene with the
That's a
sun,
winter scene,
or with
yep.
the moon. You painted silver.
Oh yes, a silver moon. So a little silver leaf.
More haiku.
Mm-hmm.
And summer.
All on
haiku.
the watercolors
And
are
then
done
alley.
on tea leaves or tea bags. You drink the tea and then you open the tea bag and
think you know what tea bags are.
yeah, but you open them. You don't do it when it's full of tea. But it's right there. And I think that's where I'm going to end up going. I was thinking to do encaustic, which is painting with fire and wax. But there's somebody in town, maybe not this local, but they're in the shop in town and they're very good. So I could compete, but I don't want to interfere with somebody who's brand new in the shop. I'm sure they're not brand new, but they're brand new in the shop. So I'll do my thing.
Yep. Hey, Ed, good to see you. It's Ed from Mountain Mariner.
Hi, Ed. Yeah.
And Urban Bucket says, hey, Sarah, I bet you're getting excited for Phyllis to come up and visit for some girl time. Yeah, she is.
I am that.
She is.
I am that. We have a good time.
We'll let those two chat, and I'll take Adam and Matt outside, and we'll go walking around or something. Or there's a couple of things I want to show Adam. We'll have to hop on the snow machine. Hopefully, Phyllis ain't listening. She's gonna be yelling at me. I can only fit 3 people.
Yeah. Well, and I can drive one of the snow machines, but not very well.
Yeah. So she does fine.
Phyllis is probably better.
The biggest problem Sarah has with the snow machine is her speed.
It's not very fast.
No, Zeus can walk us, not run. Walk. But it's okay. I'd rather be safe.
Yeah.
Than have her have problems. Let's see. I'm trying to see where I'm at here. And again, if you have questions, please hit a thumbs up and ask us the question again, because I jumped over a bunch, and I'm sure.
Brunfried, next time she goes to the busy city, she's spending the day at a museum and art gallery.
Oh, very nice.
Absolutely. That's the only thing I love about cities. They do have art museums and galleries and museums.
Smarty pants, Clint.
Rob's back. Act like what? What do you say?
Act like nothing happened.
Oh.
I'm not worried about it. And Peggy Lynn says, nice. Paula and Jason said, that's awesome.
Oh, bless your hearts. Yeah.
Brun says, beautiful hanging book, Sarah.
Yeah.
It is. I was shocked when I came home. She handed it to me. I'm like, oh my God, what have you been doing? I was only gone 2.5 days.
Little of everything. Actually, it took to finish it because some of the things had to dry.
I think you started in October.
I did.
You didn't tell me.
No.
Which is good, because then it can be a surprise. And Matt's Garage says to Brun, we love museums. Our youngest daughter has a degree in anthropology and works in a museum.
Wonderful.
Very nice. Girl after my own heart.
Absolutely. Yes.
I actually started school for archaeology and anthropology.
Yeah.
I was a double major. And Brun says you can dye clothes with the leaves. Yes, you can.
Yes, yes. When we made the fireweed jelly, I saved the pulp from the fireweed. The purple went into the jelly, so the pulp is kind of gray. But I can do something with that and mix it with manufactured paper that's all shredded and soaked, and it'll be good.
Yep. And Peggy Lynn says, Sarah, I have a couple books for mini paintings too. I normally use watercolors.
Yep, that's what I use.
Yep.
Watercolors, great. Peggy, huh?
Robert Barman says, very unique, Sarah. Awesome. Right?
It's fun.
Brun says to Matt, excellent anthropology is so interesting.
It really is.
It is.
History of people.
Peggy Lynn says, Sarah, what is wax painting as a kit?
Oh, it's wild. It's done with fire. So you melt the wax, you mix it with whatever colors in oil paints, and brush it on with a natural brush, and then melt it with a flame torch so that it flows smoothly or not, and add things that you like.
You could, there's a lot of different things you
Yeah.
can add into. You can add plants, different items. I mean, I've seen people use alcohol ink into it too.
I had, yeah, the
I think you've
alcohol
done
ink.
alcohol
I did.
ink
I
in
did
one of them.
one class in alcohol ink. It wasn't as exciting as I thought. It was too much color for my brain and eyes. But I have what are those little white birds?
Ptarmigan?
Ptarmigan. I have ptarmigan feathers, and I'm going to do a pale white wax with maybe a little blue, a little cast of something of sun color, and you can embed things like ptarmigan feathers into the wax. Just put a layer on top while it's hot and melt it just a smidgen so it's not all glumpy.
Mm-hmm.
And it really could be quite lovely.
Yep.
And you can actually do ptarmigan feathers because they're
Pretty much do anything that's flat enough.
and they're not an endangered species or
No, well, yeah,
they're a game bird. They're a game bird.
You got to, whatever you're using, it's got to be legal.
Yeah, they're a game bird.
JR says, when does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes a parent. Matt has made it home. Matt is in the house.
Congratulations.
Alone says, by wax painting, do you mean batik?
Batik? No, I have done batik. Batik is generally on fabric, and caustic is generally on wood.
Yep.
And batik is done with like dyeing things and heat from boiling. And batik is with a flame.
Yep. And there's Bill from my Alaska. Sorry I'm late. We got a couple inches of snow last night. Needed to move. I needed to move.
Yeah.
And follow Alaska. I asked about shark tuna.
Shark
Okay.
tuna?
Follow Alaska was talking about one of the videos I posted where I was out sailing. And you could hear my friend Neil in the background tell me no more shark tuna. So Neil and I were sailing from Punta Gorda to the Dry Tortugas, which is about 70 miles west of Key West. And most people, what they'll do is they'll hug the coast, go down to the Keys, and hang a right, and they go down to Key West, and then make the 70-mile jump over. Neil and I don't do that. We just leave Charlotte Harbor and make a beeline straight there. It's 108 miles straight shot. And we always fish. We usually leave in the late afternoons. And by the next morning, I usually take the first morning shift. So it's, say 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. As soon as I'm up, I'm sorry.
It could.
There it is. It's back. But
it's cloudy.
I put my line out one day on one of the trips, and we were probably doing about 10 knots on the sailboat. And mind you, this is a big, this is like a 47-foot Beneteau. And we see something jump. Oh, I usually, with that pole that I had out, I probably had about 300-400 yards of line out. And we see something jumping like this in the water. I'm thinking big mahi, which is a very good eating fish. And at that time, the rod starts going bonkers. So I go down and I slowly start tightening the drag up and set the hook. Well, the boat went from 9 knots down to 4 knots. And an hour and a half later, my arms being Gumby, pumping and reeling, pumping and reeling, about 30 feet behind the boat, we're thinking tuna, a really, really big tuna. So we're thinking we get to the Keys and, run into town and sell this thing due to the size of it. Because you pull up a 600-700 pound tuna, you can get $15,000-$20,000 for it. So we're all excited.
More than a
And
can of tuna.
probably about 20 feet, 30 feet behind the boat, it jumps again. Wasn't a tuna. It was about a 12-foot tiger shark.
Oh,
And it
Lord.
jumps out of the water. It's going ballistic. And mind you, I got 400-pound line on this because I don't like lucid fish. If I hook it, I'm bringing it in. And I'm cranking. I'm like, ah, man, I'm not like this. And on the back of Neil's boat, it's got a sugar scoop stern. So you can step down to get into the water. And my feet are right at the edge of the gunnel. And I'm cranking all of a sudden. I'm trying to get as much line as I possibly can back in. I mean, that line's not cheap. And this boat, the shark is lunging at the back of the boat. And I'm like, oh, no. I looked at him and said, just cut the effing line, please. Because I'm not going to lose anything. I don't want to lose toes. So he reaches up and goes, ting. So after that, it became a shark tuna. There's a shark tuna story. It was a fun trip. That trip, we had more shark encounters than I think we had with any of the others. We were down in the Dry Tortugas diving on the old Windjammer wreck. And it's a breeding ground for gray nurse sharks. Nurse sharks are pretty much docile. You can go out and mess with them, and it's one of the few sharks that can sit still. Most sharks have to keep moving to keep the water flow over the gills to be able to breathe. Nurse sharks can actually hide under rocks and stuff like that. And we're swimming around snorkeling at first, and you might be able to see in one of the videos. I go down to underneath the bow of the Windjammer, and she's coming right at me, and all of a sudden she goes, zzz, and takes off. What I haven't been able to find is the video when we were diving with our tanks. We're scooting along the bottom, and Neil's in front of me with his video camera, and I've got my still frame camera going. And I'm swimming, and I feel something playing with my fin. And I look back. It's about a 10-foot nurse shark trying to bite at the back of my fin, wanting to play. And I'm like, woo, woo, tap, tap, tap on my tank. And Neil turns around his ears, oh my God, through his respirator. And we laughed about that one for days. Because it was just funny seeing a shark because she's on her side going like this and batting at my fin. So it was a wild one. But we seen 3 or 4 there that came right up to us. And I think it was in the Keys when he was checking the anchor set that he saw another shark. But I don't know why. I wouldn't have jumped in the water there in the Keys, that's for sure.
No way.
Especially in the mooring. That's yucky water. And Sandra says, sorry, that was a long story. Sandra says, do you make kids' books like that too?
I have not done children's books, although I've done some really very, very silly poems.
And Matt says, sorry if I didn't reply to any tags. I hate rush hour traffic, but need to pick up some new snow pants for the trip. Yeah, you better be warm.
You better have snow
Make sure you
pants.
get good gloves.
Oh, maybe some mittens too.
Yep.
The
Good
fingers.
warm gloves.
Yeah.
He's been here. He knows what he's going to get.
Yeah.
AK Dog Mom says, Sarah, have you ever done Russian Easter eggs?
I'm not good at that. It's too precise. My work is pretty loose. I have friends who have done beautiful eggs. So yes and no.
And Alone says, welcome back, Carter. Matt. And Bill's greeting some folks. Again, I'm skipping over all the greetings and things like that. Ashley says, Bill, that BBQ needs some TLC. Right? I was saying that glad Matt made it home safe. Yes. And there's Jerry from Butler Family Farm. Good to see you in here, Jerry. Hi, Jerry. I hope you and Susan are doing good, as well as the pups and goats.
Yes.
And Bill says, I used the excavator to dig out the front of the BBQ today, Ashley. And Jerry, it's okay. I know you do your live prior to us, and then you got to get yourself something to eat and drink and relax a few minutes. You're fine.
To regain your strength.
Ed says, supposed to finally get cold here, single digit cold. It's been tropical weather, tropical here and the island for the last 2. Really? Huh.
Really?
Well, have you been getting snow, Ed?
That's not tropical.
You never know.
Well, yeah.
It's in Alaska. We have some weird weather patterns.
Indeed.
And it says Jerry says I was helping Carol with StreamYard. No problem. I heard that at the end of your live that you were going to do that. So
yeah,
not an issue,
I do
Jerry.
remember that.
Everybody's greeting Jerry. Alone says, I was wondering how you fared during the storm this weekend, Mount Mariner. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's at the top of the mountain.
No, he's at
Oh,
work.
he's out in
He's
the
at work. He's out on the ship.
on a buoy.
Peggy says, so you put the paint in the wax. Interesting.
You you do.
Yeah.
And then you flame it and it goes.
You don't like make a ball and melt the wax, but a lot of times you put a layer of the wax on there, and then you'll put your paint on there, however you want to put it on, and then put more wax on it, or blow the wax that you already have on it over it. And
move it a little bit.
Yeah. You're using like a high-powered hair dryer or a heat gun, like what I used to use on working on boats. I did a lot of varnish work, so I always had very good high-end heat guns.
Flame.
Yeah, she just likes using a blowtorch. Ashley says, Billy, I would laugh at that, but I'm thinking you are serious. Wait a minute, what did I miss? What did you say, Billy?
Yeah, Bill.
I don't
remember what he said.
No, it's all right.
I'm sure it was great.
Yeah. Everybody's greeting one another.
Nice.
And let's see. Amy at High Life says, art tutorial videos by Sarah. Please. If I can get her to do them, I have no problem filming and editing for her, but I've got to get her to do it. And there's the second half of our Aussie connection. There's Onto It Aussie.
Yay.
Says, hello all, just hacked the iPad through my kids' channel, but I won't last long. It shuts me out. Aw. Well, good to see you here, Onto It.
Yes. Glad you're here for now.
It says, we got some heavy snow, but it was warm until a few hours ago.
Yeah, we're still.
We're
relative to everybody around us.
We've actually gone up a little bit. It's 9.3 earlier. We're 9.7 now. And Bill says it's going in my Digging Alaska video. Very good. Yes, Bill does have a second channel, so make sure you check it out. Clint says to Ed, I have a feeling that your definition of tropical is way different than mine.
Yeah, I bet.
Everybody's greeting Onto It Aussie, and Paul Davis has a question for us. Rob, do y'all have a lot of parasites in the meat up there? A couple of trappers I've watched said that they have to cook the meat thoroughly. Any game meat you should cook thoroughly. What kind of parasites are in the meat up here? I'm not sure, but I mean, bear meat, you're always going to want to cook extra well.
And only eat it in the right season when they.
Yeah, you don't want to be eating when they get into the fish.
Fishy.
I intend to get a black bear this spring. And moose.
We have one specific one in mind.
Yeah, the pain in the butt one. Yeah. Moose, I cook it thoroughly. I don't know if there's any issues with it, but that's just how I am. I've always cooked all my game meat thoroughly, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. Yeah. Because I don't know if Giardia. I think Giardia is only waterborne.
I think it's waterborne, but
I'm sure there are other parasites that they can carry in the meat. Let's see. JR says there's only thing I can't deal with, a deck of cards glued together.
That is very cute.
Everybody's greeting one another. Looks like EG Wife came back in. Greeting John. Bartman just saying hi to Bill. Everybody's saying hi to Onto It Aussie. Peggy Lynn says, maybe. There we go. I think the batik fabrics stink.
Yeah, they can.
I hope the smell washed out of my hair, and it also still had some wax on it. I had to remove it. Wouldn't let. Wow. Peggy, when's your next?
When it gets on your iron, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, Peggy, when's your next live? That way I can sit Sarah down in front of the computer or TV so she can watch her stuff.
Yes, this sounds interesting.
Lone says to Paul, bear has trichinosis. Yes, just like a pork.
Yep.
But other than that, I'm not sure. Yeah, we're the same way. Unsure. That'd be Ed and John should know more about that than us. Nobody's talking back and forth. Ashley says, I need a new phone. Yes, you do, because yours is all cracked up. And P&J says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Appreciate that very
thank
much,
you.
everybody. It does help with the algorithm, and it will get our name
does.
out there more and
Mhm.
help push us out even more.
Hurrah. He works so hard.
Clint says to Paul, pretty much need to cook all wild meat
Yeah.
to well,
well
done.
done.
Just one step away from leather.
Yeah.
To what Ozzy says, Ash, I need a new iPad, laptop, and phone, but big car repair first.
Ooh.
iPad locks me out of my channel at the moment. Oh, that's not good. Paul
Dear.
Davis says, oh, okay. They were mentioning Moose alone. Yeah. And it's Fat Man Prepper. Good to see you in here. Hopefully you're doing good. It's another friend from Sean Alaska's channel. And I'm behind. I'm about 10 minutes behind by what it says on here.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. We got a little bit to go before Adam and Phyllis come on anyway, so.
Well, you left me here all that time.
Oh, it was out there for not even 2 minutes.
And I rattled on.
Paulo Alaska says, that story was worth the wait. Thank you. You're welcome. I've got a lot of different stories I could tell, but my life has been kind of exciting at times. Sometimes it's been rather dull. But the fun stuff was always fun.
Including this adventure we're on right now.
Yeah, this is the ultimate adventure here. Matt says, haha, yeah. I have many pairs of gloves. Just got too fat for my skiing pants this year.
I hate when that happens.
My biggest problem
God.
up here is gloves.
Gloves
I turn through gloves like there's no tomorrow.
I got better ones this year, and I have not gotten a hole in them for the entire season so far. But now that the temperature is dropping, from here to my fingertips are really, really cold pretty fast.
Yep. And see, Matt's Garage says, Rob, you seem to attract dangerous wildlife. Sharks in Florida, bears and wolves in Alaska. And I said the bears, wolves, bats backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
Down in Florida was alligators and sharks.
And
snakes occasionally.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, I've had a couple close calls with both species.
I had an adventure with a black snake. We scared each other.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. He went,
yeah, and I've actually been bitten by 3 different marine creatures. Alligator. He was just a baby. I have been bitten by sharks 3 times. And I was mugged by a manatee.
Really?
The manatee hurt the worst.
Well, they're big.
No. Somebody who was working at the yacht club in Venice by the bridge. And some jerk was throwing lettuce in there, which you're not supposed to feed the manatees anyways.
No.
He throws the lettuce in there, it gets wrapped around my foot, and this manatee swims up and just grabs it.
Thinking.
And they've got big teeth, so he's like, lettuce, and he starts grinding. I'm under this screaming. I thought my foot was stuck underneath the keel of the sailboat in the mud. And then I goes, boop, and I look over there, because I'm stirring up the mud, and the mud goes away, and he's just sitting there chomping away on the lettuce. I get out of the water, and I'm like, I'm done. And they're like, what's wrong? I said, I just got mugged by a manatee. I said, he bit me. And they're like, no. I pull out my boot, my wet boot, and my foot is swollen up about this big.
And oh, what a mess.
It was not fun. So, yeah, I've got some stories. I was always around the water, always working in the water, so I saw a lot of things, a lot of cool things. I remember the first time I saw seahorses. That was wild.
Oh, yeah.
Alone says, I used to wrap
I saw one once.
Easter eggs in silk and dye them that way when my kids were little. Old silk ties and blouses with paint on them, print on them. Yes, yeah, I've seen that done. That is pretty.
Now they're doing napkins, and they're manufacturing napkins that you take the layers off and lay it over the egg, and poof, done. But I think the silk is a much more creative.
Yes,
approach.
By far. Paul says to Matt, you might want to keep your distance from with Rob.
Yeah.
It's usually me that gets hurt. Nobody else.
He's the daredevil.
Well, I'm not really a daredevil. I'm just not afraid to get things done.
Well, that's true.
It said mid to high 30s and into the mid 40s here lately.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a heat wave. I'd have shorts on.
You still have shorts.
Yes, I still have shorts and I have my kilt.
You do.
And Matt says to Paul, or just make sure he's behind me.
Yeah.
I can still run fast.
He is quick.
I was track and field all through school.
Yeah, they are neat Easter eggs.
Yeah, and Peggy Lynn.
Especially when the hen that lays them isn't like, I think it's black Australorps that lay the green eggs. They are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Just beautiful.
Peggy Lynn says, "Oh, okay, now I understand it better. Thank you."
Mm.
Everybody's still greeting and Jerry and Susan. Peggy says, "That would be cool, Sarah."
Yeah, it's fun.
Matt says, "Downstairs neighbors must be cranking the heat today. It's so hot in here. Maybe I'll go watch the live on the balcony where it's 49 instead of 75 outside."
Woo! Wow.
I was doing stuff in here, and I'm trying to keep the cabin warm right now for my sourdough starter, and it got a little bit too warm in here today.
Been pretty warm today.
And there's Lee. Lee, I believe, is in Maine. Good evening, Rob and Sarah, and the rest of the crew watching.
Nice.
It's good to see you in here,
Good to
Lee.
see you.
And Paul Davis says, "Rob, my father, and used to Sebastian Inlet and shrimping too. We've been seen some rather large hammerheads on the surface below catwalks. A lot of those there, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, a guy I know has the world record on hammerheads. It was caught right down in Boca Graham, which is right down the harbor from us. That was, I think Bucky's hammerhead was 21 foot. We had one in the area. They called it Hitler because he was so large and he had like a dark spot right on the front of his nose where his head is. Well, it's all his head, but where the main body comes to the hammer part, it had like a little Hitler mustache. But they guesstimated his size around 25 foot. And he disappeared for a couple of years, and somebody said they recently saw him again offshore from Boca Graham. And Bill says, "Rob, I used to use the excavator to dig out the front of the BBQ. That's what Ashley and I were talking about. It's going in my digging video." Okay, cool.
Good.
Alona says, "I intend to not get eaten by a bear this year."
Yes. Good plan.
I intend to eat the bears this year.
At least I want a rug.
You'll get a couple rows too.
Yeah.
And there's Beto from Brazil. Good to see you.
Hi, Beto.
Is it Beto or Beto? I'm probably saying it wrong. Sorry. I know you told me before. Paul David might say fish, Sebastian Inlet, Rob. Yeah. I kind of figured that. But yeah, that's on Sunday was Saturday. Peggy said, "I did about a dozen eggs one year with ties. They turned out beautiful." I bet.
Oh yeah. I bet they were really pretty.
And again, if you say something that I don't catch, make sure you come back and say it.
Yeah, that's when I was saying about the napkins and the silk sounds much more interesting.
Yes, it does.
Much more creative. I bet they were really nice.
Everybody's greeting one another. Peggy Lynn says, "I'll probably have one Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, so it's going to be 2 o'clock our time, but no, noon our time." Okay. I'll have to set an alarm for that. Alone says, "Giardia is a parasite on the intestine." Yeah, that's I remember that now.
And it causes some growth problems in small children.
And beavers carry it, and they pollute the waterways, which is why they say don't drink stream, lake, or river water.
Horses carry it too.
Is safe. Actually, a number of animals can carry it. Horses, moose, mostly, donkeys, mules, things like that.
Right.
They can all get it, but it's most common in beaver. And I don't know if there's any beaver north of me. But either way, I try not to drink any of the water out of the creeks here. The
Right.
system we have in for filtration will filter out Giardia, though.
It will.
So not overly worried about Giardia. And I
Mm.
predominantly only drink the spring water.
Yes.
Ashley says, alone, everyone ask what I plan to do in Alaska. I tell them, enjoy the first 5 years and then get eaten by a bear. The looks I get.
Yeah.
Don't get eaten by a bear,
No.
Ashley. Please. We like you.
Yes. Yes.
JR says, Mudge in Alaska, seems like last month you hit 400 subs, now 1,080.
Yeah.
Actually, we
It was.
hit 400 subs November 1st.
Wow.
So
And
yes,
boom.
we've gained really
Really
quickly. We had a
quick.
really good growth spurt.
Yep.
Some of the videos get all the watches, some of them don't. It's hit or miss on that, but that's also understandable. I can't get to everybody's videos either.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But yeah, no, I think because it was when I went into town in November that I was coming back and I was talking with Adam.
Mhm.
How I'd get up that morning and all of a sudden, bam, I was at 400. And then within a couple of days, I was at 500. Then we were
Yeah.
600. And I think around New Year's, for the New Year's event that we all did with Alone, or Christmas with Alone,
Christmas
Adam
one,
and
it
everybody,
was pretty
I
big.
think we were right around 700 at that time. But yeah, it happened quickly.
It boomed. We just.
And that'll probably
caught
taper
on.
and level off for a little while. And then it'll probably spike again, which is fine.
Mhm.
But what's nice is I got the watch hours close to the time I got the sub numbers up.
Sub numbers up. Yeah,
So I
that's true. It
wasn't
all
all-
came together quickly.
Yeah, I wasn't all cattywampus on that because I know a lot of guys have issues with that. I know Adam and Phyllis had their watch hours before they had their subs.
Mhm.
So I was kind of nervous that was going to happen with us too. But I got lucky and it didn't happen to us. Alone says, Ashley, you and my son would get along great. Same sense of humor. Yeah. Yeah, Ashley has a good sense of humor.
Mhm.
And she says, Alone, I'm half serious. I
You're
don't plan
right.
to get too old.
Mhm.
Well, I wouldn't mind getting really old and just being an old curmudgeon.
Now you're
Paul.
just a young curmudgeon.
Yep. Paul says, interesting. Alone, down here in no lake and stream or river safe to drink.
Yeah.
I have natural spring that is safe, as you said. Yeah.
Even the springs. I grew up in a house with a spring, a farmhouse, and it was way up on the hill. And it tasted funny for a while. And my uncle and my dad went up and found a dead deer in it, and we drilled a well.
But even the springs here in Alaska,
Yeah,
you need to get them tested regularly.
you do.
Because there is a high arsenic count in the water up here.
Mhm.
So it needs to be checked on a regular basis, as well as iron.
Mhm.
So you really want to make sure that you stay safe. And Alone says to Ashley, I plan on living forever through real. Though in reality, it might just seem like forever.
It just
by the
seems that
time I
way.
pass, right?
Yeah.
Ashley says, Curmudge, for a moment, I thought you were going to say Marines.
I don't.
I'm lost. It's okay.
I
though.
lost it. Never mind. Sometimes we get lost. You can remind us if you
Aunt Dad says, Ashley, I like your first
Your
5-year
five-year
plan,
plan, yeah.
right? And Tiffany is back. Good to see you back, Tiffany. And I'm behind, so sorry. Let's see. Tony says, thank God the mermaid didn't show up, Rob.
Yeah, right.
Well, in certain places they call the manatee a mermaid.
They did.
Clint says to Ashley, if I knew I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care
Better
of my
care,
right. And there's Rebecca, touched by a yarn. Good to see
Hi,
you, Rebecca.
Rebecca.
And Peggy says, I did about a dozen eggs 1 year with the tie.
Oh, yeah. I bet they were wonderful. And with a pattern tie, everything would be different. Each egg would be different.
Yes, definitely.
Lovely.
And Ed says, getting eaten by a grizzly makes for an interesting tombstone. Yep.
Well, you might not have much
Yeah,
of a berry.
If I'm going to have a bear munch on me, I want it to be face to face. I don't want to go like Treadwell. I don't want to be in a burrito sack.
Just jump me right down quick.
Yep. But if it tries to get me, you better be ready because I carry multiple knives and I'm a fighter.
He is indeed, not me. Just eat me.
All I've been through. Yeah, till I have no blood left in my body, I'll fight.
Mm.
That's just 25 years of industrial maintenance work, and I feel like I'm 125 years old.
Oh my!
And there's Johnny from
You need a
Gillum.
break.
Johnny from Gillum Family Farms. Good to see you, Johnny. Everybody's greeting Rebecca, and Rebecca's greeting everybody. And I'm trying to get caught back up. Batman Prepper says, no reason to run fast, just need to run fast enough to trip you. Don't laugh. I don't know. Are you up here, Fatman Prepper? I know, I think it was last year, the year before, Alaska Wildlife was saying it's not good to shoot your friends in the legs when running from bears.
Right.
Why they had to put that announcement out there makes me go,
Hmm.
Did somebody pull that one? Up here, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Skipping over the greetings. Actually, someone said that that's horrible. I just say only for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
Everybody's saying hi to Lee and JR. Skipping over all the stuff there. Johnny's dropping some links. Thank you. And Paul Davis says, I was iron worker and welder plus construction worker. I feel the same way these days, actually,
Yeah.
right?
It's got to be taxing on one's body.
Yeah. It's like me being a shipwright all those years.
yeah.
I spent a lot of time on my knees bent over, so my back hurts a lot, and so do my knees. Luckily, my knees aren't as bad as some people's. I mean, just in the last couple months, I finally got the calluses off the top of my feet.
Yeah.
Because, when I'm sitting,
You're clinging.
I'm sitting on my, my bent this way. So here's my foot and it's on the ground like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the calluses were thick and they're finally gone after 2.5 years.
And I have led a sheltered life, and that's why it's lasted so long.
And down in Florida, I never had shoes on. So even on concrete that was hot, that's how I was. Anyways, greeting one another. Lee says, good evening. Robert Bartman, my maiden name is Hartman. It's easy to remember your name, right? Bartman Hartman.
Very nice name.
And depending on how it's spelled, if I remember right, it should be a Norwegian version of somebody that kept the fire going on a ship, if I remember right. If I remember right. My friend Jody, she's a Hartman, but I think it's spelled a little bit different. And that's what they were told on theirs was.
Leave off the H.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Most of the surnames actually have to do with
what the people did.
People did for
or
their
who they
living,
were.
or who
Nell's
they were.
son. Nell's son.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Smith.
Yep.
All kinds of Smiths. That's why there's so many.
Yep. And John says the wind just picked up.
Oh boy.
That's not good, John. It's going to blow all that snow around. You're going to have to go out there and shovel again.
Yep.
And Matt says to Ashley, haven't seen the Reverend getting eaten by a bear. Doesn't look much fun, right?
Nope. I haven't seen it. Nope.
No, she hasn't. I won't
no.
have her watch it because I know she's not going to like it. Antoine says, once you see why our health goes, you can't unsee it. Right.
Yep.
And Piggy says, I think I have 88 subs.
That's progress.
Yeah, you're getting
good.
there.
You're getting there.
We didn't break 100
and
for
we stayed
quite a
there
while.
for a long time, and then boom.
Yep. So if anybody's in here hasn't checked out Peggy Lynn, make sure you check out Peggy Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
JR says, some days you eat the bear, some days the bear eats you.
Yep.
Only
That's the way
if he
it
can
is.
catch me.
I stay in the house a lot.
And Brunt says, hi, Aunt Ozzy, catch me up. I went outside to hang washing.
Oh.
Everybody's greeting one another. And Hogan says, yes, I did, Bill, my Alaska. I missed son. That's all right. Sorry, guys. Yep. I'll catch whatever it is tomorrow, Hogan. You can call me and tell me. Aunt Ozzy says, I have so many return patients asking what I've done, but I can't say. And Ashley says to me, Matt Hugh Glass was different breed. he had many adventures that were as crazy as the one depicted in the film. Yeah. I read, I can't remember which book it was. I read about it now. There's a couple books, and I can't remember all of them. It's what happens when you read too much. You forget a lot of the stories you've read. Skipping over some of the chatter. Lee says, question, Rob and Sarah, how do you cook your bear meat? I have only grilled it. I usually broil it.
I don't cook it.
And Sarah don't cook.
No.
She can. She just don't.
I don't.
Her idea of cooking is making bacon.
She
does bacon.
I can do bacon.
So if we're going to have bacon and I give her the packet and she goes over and makes the bacon, she's happy. She's cooking it and she's munching it. Yep. And Amy says, how do you how to reach certain metric or the little YouTube triangle in the avatar? Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know. Get a hold of me, Amy, and send me a message on Facebook.
You two will figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm clueless and shall remain so, but he will figure it out.
Yep.
Good German names. Yep.
My
My history is Schmidt from Alsace-Lorraine.
Yep. JR says, I remember one in Alaska.
Just shot up to 12K. Yeah. Sure.
Yep.
Zoom, zoom. You reach a certain spot and then boom.
Yeah. Sometimes you just take off like there's no tomorrow. And then
Absolutely.
You'll do flat line and then you'll jump up a little bit more and you flat line again. You jump up again. There's a lot of channels that you see that with. I mean, my old first channel from 15, 16 years ago, that's what it did. It took me a while to build it up, but it built up very well. Brun says to Paula, Jay is away for the month, working back in March and retiring soon.
Good.
Jay protects the world from stuff. That's about all I can say. She keeps the sky safe. Yep.
Good for her.
Probably the Aussie version of NORAD down there.
Wow. Yay.
Alone says to Amy, I have not seen the triangle in the avatar yet. I wonder how many subs watch hours you have to have. I don't know.
I don't have a clue.
No, I'm confused too. Paul says, yes, the spring is actually not mine. It's very close. And it tests by the county, Rob. Yeah, see, the ones that are up on the Parks Highway, they test that on a regular basis, and the water's always amazing.
It's perfect. Yeah, and it's open. Well, it's right there by the road. So
yeah,
and there's a big wide pull off, so people use it. A lot of people use it as their main water source.
Yep, we go through there sometimes, and we'll just grab a couple jugs and just drink it as we're going because water is just so amazing.
It's really lovely.
JR says to Alone, I told you it would happen after viewing the first months of your videos.
Oh, yes,
right?
Absolutely.
And
fascinating.
Northern Girl obviously says, oh, hi, Northern Girl. Northern Girl, I didn't see you pop in. It says to Ashley, no doubt. Good evening, everyone. Can't stay long. Have many computer work to do. Oh, yeah. Everybody's greeting one another. And Amy says she was a full-time PT for 30 years.
Wow.
Well,
I've never done anything for 30 years in a row.
Alone says to JR, yes, you did. Always good to have a cheering section. That's right. Clint says, when I pass, I want to go peaceful in my sleep. Like my grandfather, not screaming and crying like my passengers.
I've seen that. Oh, I have seen that. That is a scream.
That's just not right, Clint. And there's Gary from Enigmatic Glitching. Good to see you, Gary. Hopefully you're doing all right. And now it's staying cool, so you know we got warm up there for you. At 3 degrees. That's got to feel like a heat wave to you up there, bud.
Yeah.
Everybody's greeting one another, and Johnny says his hip is killing him.
Oh, that's not good. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's not good.
No. Hips are tricky things.
Batman Prepper says, my plan was to move to prop I bought between Fairbanks and Manly Hot Springs, but after my Widowmaker heart attack, I
Oh,
decided
God.
to give my
Prop
prop
to
to
a
a friend.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those Widowmakers are not fun.
Weird. No.
I got a friend and he had quadruple bypass at 45.
Jeez,
Wasn't good.
no.
And I'm
No.
glad my brother's still here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Skipping over a lot of the formalities, everybody
Mhm.
chatting. Let's see, Ashley says to Amy, work life is about chapters in life. I'm ready for the new chapter as well. Heck yeah.
Oh, I'm in the new chapter. And it's good.
Yep. Now this is the best chapter so far.
Mm-hmm.
And so this Batman Prepper, sorry about your heart attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, the girl says, Peggy, we all have to start somewhere. Yes, we do. Matt says, I got lucky that my very first video went viral and I got over 500 subs from that
Woohoo!
one. Yeah, you got
Good
lucky. That's
job.
really good, Matt.
Well, could have had a little skill involved there too, you know.
Yeah. Take it easy, Johnny. I'm sorry I didn't catch you quicker. I got behind on comments. I'm still a little bit behind, but not bad. I'm only about 7 minutes behind now. Ashley says, the fat man, very, very generous. Yes, that is.
Mm-hmm.
And Peggy says, I won't have any sewing videos when I work on my garden. There will be a few. And if I
Good.
paint there, that's it. Very good.
There's that. Yep. Good.
Paul
We
says,
look forward to them.
yep. Paul says, I have tendon and ligament damage, fibromyalgia also, but it's still getting around. Good and strenuous labor. Meds don't work. I just keep going. Yeah, you have to keep going. I hate pills and very rarely go see me take anything. I will just fight through any pains that I have. Yep, exactly. He says, so long, just happy I beat the odds. Yes, and those are some hard odds to beat. Did they have to crack you open?
Oh.
I know some people that have those Widowmakers, they want to be cracked open stem to stern. It's not fun. And Brun says, Peggy, that's awesome. I've been gardening lately and taking a break from metal detecting because the ground is rock hard for detecting. I bet it is, all that heat you're getting.
Sure. Yeah. Hard on gardening too.
Matt AK, or Matt's garage, Matt AK, holy smokes, what'd you do? Film it half naked? I don't want to know what you two are talking about.
Don't know.
Just kind of buzz through some of these comments. There we go. Paul says, yes, Matt. Hope you document your trip. That's Matt's garage.
Right. Okay. Yeah, good.
Alone says, maybe Amy is asking about the YouTube logo that appears on the avatars in the chat that show on screen. That is effect of using StreamYard. It could be.
Yeah, that could be.
That could be.
Yeah, it's a funny little duck looking thing.
We got about 10 minutes. We'll start going over to Adam and Phyllis live.
That's always so much fun.
Yep. Matt says, I did pick up a new extended mic and cool stick holder thing for the phone, so it will be easier to film with. Good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting where I want it. I just got to get a better camera aside from the GoPro. The GoPro I have dialed in for the Northern Lights. It's being a pain in you know what to do regular filming with the style that I'm used to. See, when I was doing my YouTube before, I just had my camera stationary and I'd set the shots up and I could zoom in and out. And see, I can't zoom in and out with that GoPro. I have to do it in the programming to do it. And it's not always fun. You'll see that in the outside of the exterior house video. You'll see where I zoom in and out. The quality isn't that great. But I think that was actually done with my old Ultra Pro X camera. Keep them occupied.
Oh, could be. I hardly hear it. So, yeah, we started running the generator in the evening. We have been for a long time, and it gets discharged, and then we don't use anything during the night, so we're fine most of the day.
Yeah,
we even had solar for a little while this last week. Not
My-
this very week, but the one before that.
My hearing is horrible,
Mhm.
except for low sounds. So I can detect when a generator drops its pitch just a little bit.
Mhm.
That's how I know when it's done charging.
Yep.
Let's see if I can catch up here. Again, if you have questions, give me thumbs up. Otherwise, I want to skip over a lot of this chitter chatter in between, folks.
Which is lovely.
No, we love that you guys talk back and forth.
Absolutely. And we miss a lot, especially me with.
Yep. And there's Miss Ace. Howdy, good folks. Nice to see y'all. How y'all doing? Alone remote Alaska. Howdy you.
Yep. All good.
Yep.
Mostly.
And Ruby from Rushing Wind Mountain says, I do all my videos with iPhone and Sanmark telephoto lens in any and all weather.
Love
What? Love the Chris. What is that lens, Ruby? Send me information on that if you would.
Good to know.
Because if I can change the lenses a little bit,
it'll be good to know.
It might be good. I've actually been using my phone a lot more too lately. And Matt says, "Yep, all my videos are just done on my phone for now."
Mm-hmm.
I film everything between the phone and the GoPro now, and then I just put it on the Mac and I edit it all out. And I do use DaVinci Resolve.
Not a clue.
Tony says, "Stop yawning, Sarah."
Am I yawning?
You probably did.
I probably did.
Everybody's greeting Ace. And AK Dumb Mom says to Peggy, I've injured my MCL before too.
Mhm.
Still bothers me if I overdo it. Ooh, that's not
Oh
good.
dear. Yeah. Hard stuff.
Hey, there's AK Froggy from down in the Houston area. Hi, folks. Just dropping in for a minute. We're off on a 2-week trip to the dentist in Thailand.
Oh my.
So I'll see you in a couple weeks. Not a problem, AK
Wow.
Froggy. You have a safe trip over to Thailand. Probably you didn't go down to Mexico. Mexico's got some really good dentists down there too. And really reasonable. Maybe probably cheaper in Thailand. Probably cost you a half of what your flights cost you to get to Thailand.
Right, yeah.
Let us know how the trip goes. Be interesting to see you. If I don't see you in Garden Like a Viking this week coming up, I'll catch you in the one after. Everybody's talking about their ACLs, and I don't want to even think about ACLs tearing or breaking or anything like that.
I can't even imagine. No.
No, definitely not.
Owie.
And then Malone says to follow Alaska. When I first started YouTube, ran audits in the channel and would strip away hundreds of subs overnight. Then a day or so later, they would come and climb again. It happened at 200, 2009, and 12,000 subs. Wow. And it's happened to me already a couple times. And I'll be looking, I'm like, no, where'd they go?
Yeah.
You know, the point I wanted to call them up and give them hell. But of course, you're not going to do that.
Wouldn't do any good anyway.
Batman says, I was ready for a new chapter 5 chapters ago, right?
Cute.
I've been trying to get this chapter here started for about 30 years, and I'm glad it happened when it did, because it worked out for the best.
It has.
And P&J says, we all do our filming and editing on our Samsung phones. And Brun says, Peggy, do your best. It will support all of it. Exactly. Everybody's greeting AK Froggy. And Follow Alaska says to Alone, I wonder why they do that. People should have the choice to sub or unsub themselves. I've actually found that YouTube has unsubbed me to a number of channels, even though I have notifications on and stuff like that, and have made comments on it. A lot of times when you go to a channel, it won't stick if you don't ring the bell and leave a comment. Once you do that, it generally will stick. So if you go to a new channel, make sure you go to at least a short and watch a 30-second or a minute clip, and then leave a comment, because that does help make it stick. Excuse me. I'm drinking beer tonight, and it makes me burp. I'm sorry.
Porter. Matanuska Porter.
It's a dark porter.
Yep.
Everybody's talking back and forth. And the girl says, honestly, folks, I've invested in a small massage chair, and it's a huge help for my fibromyalgia. It was $1,000 investment and well worth it. I bet it was.
Yeah.
Problem is, if I have something like that, I'll be sleeping.
Yeah, he
And
would.
that's not always good. Miss Malone, if you would get or Ashley or one of JR, grab Adam and Phyllis's link and drop it in the chat.
Mm-hmm. It's getting that time, isn't it?
Yep, it's
Getting close.
5:34.
Woo.
Ashley says my dad had a widowmaker at 47. He's had a total of 5 cardiac events.
Oh my gosh.
Nope.
No, dear.
And
My
seeing-
goodness.
I'm Portuguese, part
Mhm.
Portuguese, and Portuguese are known for having thick hearts,
Mm-hmm.
meaning the walls are really thick. So as we get older, it gets stiffer.
Stiff.
So I think that's part of the reason why I stay so active, to keep it pliable.
Yeah.
But I'm also got so many other nationalities in me than
It's
more than
probably
just
diluted,
Portuguese.
yeah.
So it's probably diluted down, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
I know my grandfather had quite a few heart attacks before he passed from cancer.
Mm.
Everybody's chatting back and forth. Batman
Mhm.
says to come on, Jen. Not at all. They were able to go in from my right wrist and place a stent.
Mm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Very good. Went in at 8 a.m. and out by 7. Very
Wow.
nice.
Wow.
That's good. Now,
Yep.
my buddy went in and he had to have 4 bypasses put in. John.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, follow us because I'm finally going to get there live with the new schedule. Don't have me in the kitchen at the 5 p.m. Ha,
Good.
right.
Good.
And Alone says to follow Alaska. I wish there was an exit survey so I could learn what made someone unsub. Exactly. I've had people
Yeah.
unsub from lives,
Yeah. Huh.
which didn't make no sense to me, but we'll see.
We don't mean to be offensive.
Nope. Cardiello said that the appointment, I may never have to see him again.
Yay.
I have a heart of an ox. Very good. That's
Literally.
really good. Matt AK says, ideally, I'd like to pick up some second
second
phone just to
phone,
film with. I have one, but it doesn't do 4K on the front camera and need to get a different one at some point. Yeah. I've got to get an Alaska number for the N. And I was thinking about just getting like a Samsung that has a good quality camera on it and using that as for filming as well. Because at least with I don't know about the new Samsungs, but you used to be able to take the memory cards in and out. Apple, that's the only downfall about Apple. You cannot take the memory cards in and out, but I have devices for that. Everybody's saying hi to one another, and Lee has a question for us. Lee says, Rob, do you and Sarah have any pets? Sorry if I should have known. We have, don't say his name. We have the 4-legged Aussie.
Oh, yeah.
Great dog, but he gets a little rambunctious. And we have 9 chickens.
Yes, they're not pets. Well,
Orange could be.
Orange could be.
She likes people.
She's sweet.
And she's only hen laying eggs, and she's the smallest one out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And she's laying eggs, and I don't have a lit or heater or anything, and she keeps popping out eggs.
Yay!
And it's Crystal from Flat Tire Farm. Hey, everyone, sorry I'm so late. Not a problem.
Oh, that's fine.
Not a problem at all.
Yeah, and Zeus didn't show up when.
Nope, when we said his name.
Yeah.
Ash said, Lee, their dog Zeus. Yep.
Yes.
Zeus,
he's an
moose.
Australian Shepherd, and he's quite lovely.
Yep. Everybody's greeting Flat Tire Farm. Flat Tire Farm's greeting folks. Ashley's dropping links.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate that. Appreciate all my mods doing that. And Ruby says, okay, we'll send you info, but previous chat should have read, I love the results, not the gibberish, Rob. P&J says, Crystal and Reed, good to see you. Yes, it is. Yes. Peggy says, it was horrible, Rob. My leg doubled in size immediately.
Oh,
I
God.
bet. That's not good. AK Froggy says, we've been going to Thailand to the dentist for 20 years. The girl hobby. We'll report back. At least it won't be my -30.
-30 there, yeah.
Yeah,
true.
no, you're going to cook, brother.
Mm-mm.
You are going to cook over there. I don't do tropics anymore.
Mm-mm.
Batman says in Thailand, he gets a happy ending at the end of the dental appointment. LOL. Yeah, he gets a smile back.
Mm-hmm.
Amy says, when you get a new knee, you don't need many ligaments anymore, unfortunately.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
Northern Girl says, yeah, they play games and channels that reach certain targets.
Yeah. I think that's
It's
some funny things happen with the technology.
they want us to succeed so they can get more money off the revenue from us, but at the same time, they don't want us to succeed because then they got to pay us.
Mm-hmm.
Brent says, I have to say bye for now. Got to take book
Yep.
to property owner and thank them for letting me detect their homestead. Say bye for now. Bye, Bron.
Bye, Brun. I bet she's gone already.
Oh yeah, I'm
Long
actually
ago.
only about 6 minutes out, so
Oh, well, maybe she stayed 6
everybody's saying goodbye.
Mhm.
Northern Girl says to Froggy, long way to go for the dentist. Holy smokes.
Mhm.
My cousin traveled there for years and studied the Thai massage.
Oh.
Thai massage, if it's done right, it feels really good. Peggy says, I had to resub to 3 channels today that I
Right.
had been subbed to for years. Yeah,
Wow.
it's stupid.
Huh. Odd.
And Ace says to Kamaj, congrats on subscribers. Has it been a mostly fun time getting
Right.
here
Yeah.
on YouTube so far? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it has.
I have a
Yeah.
blast doing it. Sometimes I get a little frustrated, mostly with editing, and then the stupid games that YouTube plays. But it
And
is
me
what it is.
talking while he's doing voiceovers.
I'll be upstairs in the office doing my editing, my voiceovers, and all of a sudden, hey, hey, Zeus, no, or Rob, can you come here? And it's like, I'm gonna go back. So when I start doing, I'm doing like 5-second segments, trying to stitch them together,
Right, yeah.
so I don't have to go do a whole
Spiel again,
slew of
yeah.
section again. All right, I'm skipping over to chat room. Other. Let's see, follow us because I used to just lurk in the background and learn all the things that has made me start commenting more on everyone's videos. I'm still
Yeah.
making progress. No,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fine.
Oh, yeah.
You're here and you're commenting now, and that's what matters.
Absolutely. It's lovely to hear from you.
All right, I'm going to jump to the end, guys, real quick.
Woo!
I just want to, because Adam and Phyllis are going to start in about 3 minutes. They're probably already
Mhm.
sitting down in front of the computer.
Probably
And
saying, we're
Adam's
just holding
probably
everybody
cracking his
up.
beer and listening to us chit chat. Well, he's waiting for all you guys to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say thank you, Alone. Thank you, JR. Thank
Yep.
you, Ashley. Thank you, Canadian Family Life. And everybody else, follow Alaska, Billy Sutton, Amy from High Life and the High Line, AK Froggy, everybody for being here.
Everybody. For
You
being
guys,
here.
the reason why we do this.
Yes, absolutely.
We enjoy, having these lives because it brings us in with you guys and we get to chit chat with you guys and we just have a blast.
Mm-hmm.
So now go over to Alaska Cut the Cord, tell them that we sent you over, and we'll meet you over there in a few minutes and we'll have a blast as always.
Absolutely.
You guys have a great
they
night.
Are a scream.
You guys,
and knowledgeable.
yes. You guys have a great night and we'll see you over there. Bye.